Hello. So today's reading, this card flipped out. Can't look at it. I've got 3 oracle decks as usual. This is for the 29th to the 4th of 29th of December to the 4th of January, and I haven't done a sort of pre-shuffle or anything. I've pulled out 2 decks that I felt drawn to. One is this Lotus Tarot, the other is the gorgeous Enchanted Crystal Tarot, and then the 3 oracle decks called to me was the Katrina Jane, which I've already said once flipped out, the Romance Angels, so maybe there's going to be a bit of love in this, and the Archangel deck, old deck. But I did do a little mini short and with the Lumens Threads of Fate, and the Dolphin came out, which came out the other day, and the Ancestors card. So take a look at that if that's of interest to you, because they are oracle cards as well, and it'll be interesting to see if they join in. I do also have... you might have seen Christmas Eve I did a reading with this lovely new deck. So for me to sort of get used to it, that's the Gold Foil Tarot. I might use that again. So I'll pop that one out too because it's so lovely, if a little bit shiny. Let's get going. Don't know why I'm hiding that. Something that perhaps we don't need to see. 3 of Wands. The Tower. Oh, could be a hidden surprise. The Fool. 6 of Cups. Yeah, maybe something surprising. Just move my little candle. Little candle gift there for me. That got burning. 5 of Wands, pretty sure that came out in previous reading. World reverse. Well, we are not quite completed the year off. Oh, Devil, Capricorn energy there. We are in Capricorn season. 8 of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. The Lovers, big energies. Not surprised really, all the readings have been like that. 2 of Swords reversed. And finally, Ace of Swords reversed. So, 3 of Wands. The Tower, the Fool, and 6 of Cups. So I'm getting this feeling that you've put in some work or you're waiting for something to come in. I think this is a surprise or the result of something that's happened after a bit of upheaval. But I am getting surprise energy. So there's something you might be sensing that's surprising coming into you. It is something you've already worked towards. We're going to find out a bit more. And then we've got the Fool, like the journey, having the faith, and a sense of nostalgia. So something could be coming up from the past. That's a little bit surprising. That's linked to friendships. Past, I'm feeling friendships rather than love, and it's going to give you a little bit of a surprise. Something, I'm drawn to this little bag down here, something that you've dealt with in the past. Look at this little bag, his little handkerchief carrying off on his little journey. I feel like he's got the essentials. So you might be missing something. You might need something, and it might come as a surprise that what it is, that while you might have the bare essentials to carry on, there might be something extra you need. And you may be learning some new skills, competing, improving your environment. Might be a bit of banter going on because you need to close off a cycle. This is the world we are coming to the end of, obviously, the calendar year. And there's something you need to close off, something where you're feeling the pressure. It might be requiring some extra input from you. You might not know how to do something, but you should be releasing yourself. And I mean, this is probably Capricorn energy. So it's probably about really centering yourself around things like how you grow your money, how you, your material world, how you want to feel, put your stamp on the world is what I'm getting with that. And you may still be tied to some of those things. There could be something that you're reminiscing about, you're feeling nostalgic about, and perhaps this focus on the material world, what you do for a living, is having you tied. Something is keeping you a little bit tied, and you are reflecting back on whether you can release it, is what I'm getting. It's quite a sticky energy, really. It's perhaps you thinking, can I do this? Can I not do it? We then find the Eight of Cups, where he's going off to look for this thing. So it could be that you have enough to get by on, but there's a lack of something else. And this something else stems from perhaps you were less affluent, perhaps you were in a different place, but you were more emotionally happy or emotionally balanced, or you had better friendship groups because of the Six of Cups here. This, you know, this is maybe there's a call for you to find this missing thing. So while you have 8 cups, it feels like something's missing, because this Eight of Cups always looks like there's one missing. It's going off to have a look. What's missing might be something, a sense of something from your past. You might have everything you need, or you might be carrying the bare essentials, but you feel like something is not quite right and there's a big gap. Could also be that what's missing is something you've been investing your time in. Could be your money, because the Seven of Pentacles is about resources. So you could be waiting to see if what you've put your effort in towards is going to come back, because we've got the Three of Wands right here, waiting for something to come in. Did all that effort that you put for the thing that you're waiting for, is it going to pay off? Are you going to yield the harvest from it that you want? Because that is how you're going to base your next decisions about what's coming forward. They're big decisions, they're choices. They can be in a relationship because it is the Lovers card. And if you remember, I picked up the Romance Angels. So that was hinting towards this waiting for something to come in for you that could be related to a big relationship. It could be a transition of a relationship going from one format into something more committed. It could be stepping into a marriage. It could be something like that. Or it could just be that this decision is very fundamental to the way that your life's going to pan out. At the moment, though, you can't make a decision because there's something you can't see. There's something you are waiting for. There's something that you feel you're missing. And so you're a little bit blindfolded. And it's not like you can take the blindfold off, this is introverted, it's inside. you cannot see the way forward at the moment. You are really waiting, and you're waiting for some clarification, because the Ace of Swords there is all about clarification when it's upright. You haven't got it. You haven't got the clarification at the moment. So, unfortunately, that is not very clear about what we're going to have to do, because we are waiting for something we can't see. But I think you're probably going to be pleasantly surprised. Let's use the Enchanted crystal deck to find out. This one obviously wants to come out. 6 of Wands. So what we're waiting for, like I said, surprising, a positive surprise. We're waiting for something for the 6 of, this is the clarifying card for these two, is going to be a victory. The 6 of Wands is all about being victorious and successful. So we're waiting for something to signal the success of something we've put a lot of effort into, and we want to know. Oh, the Devil again. So exactly same as here. However, it's clarifying the Fool and the 6 of Cups. My oh my, we could see this surprising thing, positive thing, happening as this reading's from the 29th to the 4th of January, within that first week of January. Obviously Capricorn, the Devil Capricorn sign does start in December, so it moves into January. It could go on a little further than this actual week that I'm reading for. However, in some other readings, I've been getting this energy that things that we're doing or that are transpiring now are going to carry through for the following year. So this surprise could see us through all the way through to the year, but it should start manifesting or becoming real in this week that we're talking about. But I'm feeling more January with this card here, and it could be another reminder that we need to let go of some of that material. Not let go of it, because we want to be financially secure and we want to be stable and we want everything to be in place, but perhaps at the expense of some of these feelings we might have had in our times when we were less focused on our financial outcomes or the materialistic things in our life, when we were quite happy with a little bit less. So I'm feeling a little bit of as I say that, I'm feeling that you might be feeling a little overwhelmed with things that are happening now, and you could be looking for a simpler time. Maybe you're working a lot, or you're putting a lot of emphasis on, you know, buying houses, or, you know, achieving something, building your business, getting a promotion, and it's all a little bit hectic and frantic, and you're trying to chase, you know, ahead of the goals, because you could be craving a much simpler time when you could be happy just to be, and perhaps that's what you're looking for, a little bit of space. So to clarify the 5 of Wands in the World, 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so you're building skills, or you're competing to build this financial security for you, because you're not quite there. You haven't closed off a cycle. There's some things that you still need to do, that you still need to complete. And I am feeling a little bit uptight as I say that. So, you know, as I said, you might be finding that you've got a lot of things that you have to do, because you have maybe set yourself some targets or some goals, or you may have some commitments, big commitments in business or your personal life that you have to get done, and you're feeling the pressure there, you're feeling it. That's why you need to go out and look and find whatever it is that you feel is missing. And this 3 of Foundations could mean that you're feeling a little less financially or emotionally stable, and you want to feel secure and secure and sure. And that could be the missing element, because I am feeling really uptight and a little bit twitchy. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles. We're waiting for this decision to be made. I didn't actually say that, but as I pick these up together, that's what I feel. That you're waiting for some sort of decision to be made. You're waiting for the outcome of something. We did have the Ace of Swords later, so we might be waiting for a legal decision, and we can't yet. No, we can't see how to move forward because we need this decision, and it could be a decision in a relationship. And obviously relationships aren't all romantic. Some of them can be to do with our work or our friends or our family. So you could be waiting on a big decision for that. And let's have a look at the clarifier for that. Page of Wands. Yes. So the Page of Wands is an action taker. It's an inspiration. It's about to, something's gonna appear. You might get a phone call. You might hear something from somebody. You're waiting for a decision, almost certainly from a person in a personal relationship or in a business relationship or in a institutional relationship, because you need this outcome, and you cannot do anything until you know what is happening. So you're feeling very blindfolded, and you don't feel in a position where you can do anything from it. And the Seven of Cups is you feel like you have no options. It's in reverse. So you're internalizing it. What are my options? What can I do? How can I move forward? I feel really stressed for you because it's very difficult when we're in a phase where we can't see forward. And if you're anything like me, like a plan, you will feel a little bit disorientated by not having one, and by sort of having to wait and see what's going on. And some of us can feel very disconcerted when we go through that. I'm just going to pull out a couple more clarifiers. There's three I'm going to get. This is yeah, the King of, I've literally just said it, the King of Cups in reverse is a 5. It's all about changes. So the thing that you're waiting for is important because it's gonna bring changes, but you just don't know which way the wind's blowing. And the King of Cups, as you know, is normally under control no matter what is going on around him. He's normally very controlled. Right now, you could not be feeling that emotional control. You could really be feeling anxious. Might be causing friction in relationships around you, either at work or in your personal life, because you may not understand what you need to do next. You are lacking some sort of security. We've got the Four of Cups. That thing that I told you you can't see upright is something you're not seeing. You are going to start seeing it. You are going to start feeling this security. So some form of decision, some form of information, some form of surprise is going to occur this week or very close to it. And you are going to then start being able to see the way forward. One last clarifier for that. The Ten of Pentacles. To help you build this Ten of Pentacles. So this is what's happening this week. You are almost certainly unable to see the path ahead because there's something you cannot see. There's something, an outcome, a decision that needs to be made and finalised to enable you to plan ahead and move forward. I am speaking in a very different way than I normally do. This is very matter-of-factly. So it is the energy that I'm getting from these cards that you almost feel very uptight and anxious because you want to know what's happening and you want to plan what's going to happen. We know, because we've done other readings, that the next 12 months is going to be for most people really positive. That doesn't mean it's not without its issues. So this little card that popped out is blessings. So there's some hidden blessings that are coming into place for you this week. And even if you don't see it, they're happening underneath the surface, below, bubbling about. I am going to have to pull a romance card because this could be a romantic relationship. Oh, this one wants to come out. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So if there's a new relationship forming, or your relationship is turning into a different stage, and you are waiting for some sort of decision to be made or something to be announced, or it to move into the next stage, you might be feeling a little anxious, like it might not be happening. It probably is going to happen. Blessings there. And let's have a quick look at these. and I'm getting a vision of the ancestors card that I pulled earlier, just to say that you know, you're probably getting some help from your ancestral lines, and there may be something else. And interestingly, as I said, that card means that sometimes you need to be doing your own things, making your own decisions, not relying on your spirit guides, not relying on your ancestral lineage. And this says take back your power. So don't be sat there waiting. There are things that you can do in the meantime whilst you're waiting for this decision. It says use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Yeah? Because as ever, it all comes together in that perfect way. So this week, you're going to have faith, trust that even though you can't see ahead, that things are working out in your favour. And I really want to hug you because I can feel that you are, you know, really struggling with that letting go and trusting. But this is all good. It's just a little bit of a bumpy waters that the King of Cups is not used to feeling, because he's used to being emotionally in control. And this week is possibly throwing you a little off centre. You have a fabulous end of the year and beginning. I'm sure I'll do some more readings in the meantime. Have a good day.